This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
So, every year after the State of the Union, the Republican Party, well, the opposite party, whoever is in the White House, the opposite party produces a response video. And it's done in advance. It's not like, sometimes it's done live, but the remarks are prepared in advance, and it's a scripted moment. And I mean that both literally and figuratively. You'll remember the Marco Rubio one where he's scrambling for a little water. I've got cotton mouth, and he's drinking during his speech, and he's, it's embarrassing. It's not a good performance. And it seems as though Republicans are just not getting better at this. They had Katie Britt, who's a senator from Alabama, last night do the response. And it's one of those situations where if I have to watch it, you have to too, or I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure you watch it too. I wish I had like a fake Emmy or a fake Oscar, because I would be offering it to Katie Britt. How ridiculous this performance is. It is cringeworthy, to say the least, how overwrought and dramatic she's acting. It's clear this is not who she is. Like, I'm a bombastic guy just in my general life, kind of a goof. This is me. It's a nightmare for my friends and family. But Katie Britt, we've seen her on TV, we've seen her in interviews, we've seen her on campaign events. We know how she acts. This isn't it. She was consulted to act like this. This was it. This was in the cards. What a failure. It started off good enough. Here's about 20 seconds or so of her introducing herself, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Good evening, America. My name is Katie Britt, and I have the honor of serving the people of the great state of Alabama in the United States Senate. However, that's not the job that matters most. I am a proud wife and mom of 2 school-aged kids. My daughter Bennett and my son Ridgway are why I ran for the Senate. I'm worried about their future and the future of children in every corner of our nation. And that's why I invited you into our home tonight.
I mean, other than what she chose to name her kids, more of a joke than anything else, pretty good. I'm a mom, and I'm coming to you from my kitchen. The optics are goofy and clunky and a little on the nose. Biden, the president of the United States, speaking from the House of Representatives, and we're just here, y'all, in my kitchen. I'm just a mama. We're here. We're family-oriented here in Alabama. I'm Katie Britt, y'all. That tone that I just mocked didn't stick around, though. It went dark and weird and all over the place with dramatics like you've never seen. Prepare yourself. Sit down. If you're drinking something, stop. There will absolutely be a spit take. Watch this section. And by the way, this is like 11 minutes into a 17-minute address. It's not like it started weird and then got worse. It just got worse and worse and worse. Watch this.
President Biden has failed. We've become a nation in retreat. And the enemies of freedom, they see an opportunity. Putin's brutal aggression in Europe has put our allies on the brink. Iran's terrorist proxies have slaughtered Israeli, Jews, and American citizens. They've targeted commercial shipping, and they've attacked our troops nearly 200 times since October, killing 3 U.S. soldiers and 2 Navy SEALs. Meanwhile, the Chinese Communist Party is undercutting America's workers. China is buying up our farmland, spying on our military installations, and spreading propaganda through the likes of TikTok. You see, the CCP knows that if it conquers the minds of our next generation, it conquers America. And what does President Biden do? Well, he bans TikTok for government employees, but creates an account for his own campaign. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Look, we all recall when presidents faced national security threats with strength and resolve. That seems like ancient history. Right now, our commander-in-chief is not in command. The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader. America deserves leaders who recognize that secure borders, stable prices, safe streets, and a strong defense are actually the cornerstones of a great nation.
I don't know about you, but that was the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen. How are they so bad at this? How are they so bad at this? There's an army of political consultants at the ready to be paid to script these moments, to engineer these moments. And this is what we get from Republicans. And it's not just me who thinks it. They interviewed, the Daily Beast interviewed several political consultants, Republican strategists who were very cringed and grossed out by this. Here's the headline from the Daily Beast. Official GOP response to State of the Union has Republicans, quote unquote, losing it. Senator Katie Britt of Alabama gave the GOP response to President Biden's annual address and got panned for it by some in her own party. I'm not going to read the article. It'll be linked below. You can read it. But here, these are just some quotes from different people who are experts in the field, in the Republican area of political consulting and strategy. Quote, everyone's fucking losing it, this Republican said, requesting anonymity to discuss private conversations. Quote, it's one of our biggest disasters ever. I wouldn't go that far. There's a lot of Republican disasters, namely the attempt to end democracy on the part of Donald Trump. But you do you, anonymous Republican. Here's another one. Senator Katie Britt is a very impressive person. She ran a hell of a race in Alabama. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump White House communications advisor and Nikki Haley supporter, posted on Twitter. I do not understand the decision to put her in a kitchen for one of the most important speeches she's ever given. Here's another. Olivia Perez Cubas, a former spokesperson for Haley's 2024 presidential bid, also said in a post on Twitter that while Britt is incredibly impressive, unsure why she felt the need to deliver the State of the Union response from a kitchen. Tim Miller, the former Jeb Bush aide turned ex-Republican, called the kitchen setting creepy and said it made former Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal's much maligned response to Barack Obama in 2009 look like the finest hour speech. Brendan Buck, this is the last one. Brendan Buck, a former senior advisor to Speaker John Boehner, Republican of Ohio, and Speaker Paul Ryan, Republican of Wisconsin, also acknowledged that Britt's, quote, delivery was unfortunate. She was clearly overcoached, Buck said on MSNBC. So I will leave you with this. If you would like to support this work, please, I can't even do it. If you want to help support this work, whether it's funny, or I hope it's funny, or whether it's informational, and I bring you value, just if I bring you value, click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can also do $2 a month over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are fantastic ways to help support and produce this content, assisting me in reaching the number of people that I do. I would appreciate it very much. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I'm going to see you next time. Be genuine. It's that easy, Katie Britt. Just be you. Be genuine. And this may be out of reach because you're a Republican. Take care of one another.